leadership and its three kinds. So what is leadership?
Leadership is the art of motivating a group of people to act toward achieving a common goal. For a school leader to be successful in their role, they need to lead the way in driving teaching and learning outcomes, first and foremost. This involves setting expectations about the school's learning practices and ensuring the organization's values and behaviors underpin a focus on improving student success.
So now, we will define the meaning of a leader.
A leader is someone who can see how things can be improved and who rallies people to move toward that better vision. Leaders can work toward making their vision a reality while putting people first. Just being able to motivate people isn't enough. Leaders need to be empathetic and connect with people to be successful.
The three kinds of leadership are the organizational leadership, servant leadership, and the last one is the situational leadership. First, we will going to define the organizational leadership.
Organizational leadership is a management approach in which leaders help set strategic goals for the organization while motivating individuals within the group to successfully carry out assignments in service to those goals. The three benefits of effective leadership for an organization. First is the ability to thrive with change. Any organizational leadership degree should include education about facilitating, surviving, and thriving through change. Second one is the organizational growth potential at scale, and the last one is the effective resource management. Leadership versus management. Effective leadership is centered on a vision to guide change, whereas managers set out to achieve organizational goals through implementing processes such as budgeting, organizational structuring, and staffing. Leaders are more intent on thinking ahead and capitalizing on opportunities. Katz three-skill approach. Robert Katz identified three leadership skills called technical skills, human skills, and conceptual skills as the basic personal skills essential for leadership. Leaders must possess these three skills that assist them in optimizing a leader's performance. Technical skills are related to the field, human skills are related to communicating with people, and conceptual skills related to setting the vision. The four types of leadership styles. First one is we have the autocratic leadership style. Autocratic leadership, also known as authoritarian leadership, is a leadership style where the boss has absolute control over decisions in the workplace. Team members are not asked for input. They are expected to comply with all decisions and orders made by their leader. Second one is we have the democratic leadership style. In many ways, democratic leadership is the opposite of autocratic leadership. Democratic leadership, also sometimes known as participative leadership, is a leadership style characterized by the leader's choice to involve team members in the decision-making process. In all decisions, the leader has the final say, but they make decisions according to the input they receive from his team. The third one we have is the consultative leadership style. It is about developing the ability to influence people rather than impose on them your authority, engaging subordinates effectively in the decision-making and problem-solving process. This kind of leadership style endorses the fact that the leader is indeed the servant of the people he is leading. The last one we have is the laissez-faire leadership style. It is the direct opposite of autocratic leadership. Instead of a single leader making all decisions for an organization, group, or team, laissez-faire leaders make few decisions and allow their staff to choose appropriate workplace solutions.
Second one is the situational leadership.
Situational leadership is an adaptive leadership style. This strategy encourages leaders to take stock of their team members, weigh the many variables in their workplace, and choose the leadership style that best fits their goals and circumstances. In the words of leadership theorist Ken Blanchard, in the past a leader was a boss. Today a leader can no longer lead solely based on positional power. The 4 leadership styles of situational leadership. Style 1. Telling, directing, or guiding. Style 1 is a short-term approach intended to create movement. It aligns with followers who have limited experience or skill performing the task in question and are either insecure or unmotivated to try. Style 1 requires close supervision by the leader for the express purpose of identifying any signs of incremental progress, to be recognized by the leader in an effort to accelerate ongoing development. The second style we have is the selling, coaching, or explaining. Style 2 is intended to create buy-in and understanding. It aligns with followers who have limited experience performing the task but exude both confidence and motivation toward the process of leader-driven skill development. Like Style 1, effective use of this approach depends upon direct observations by the leader, which fuel focused performance, feedback discussions, and increase dialogue. The third one we have is the participating, facilitating, or collaborating. The objective of Style 3 is to create alignment. If the follower is developing, he or she might have demonstrated task proficiency but still have some degree of trepidation about performing it on their own. If the follower is regressing, they are aware they can effectively perform but have lost commitment, motivation, or both to do so. Either way, the leader needs to discuss the follower's willingness by asking open-ended questions intended to help the follower recognize the source of the performance challenge and generate a viable solution. The last style we have is delegating, empowering, or monitoring. Style 4, or a delegating leadership style, is another follower-driven leadership approach that is characterized by low amounts of both task and relationship behavior. The follower can perform the task at a sustained and acceptable level and is both confident and motivated to do so. The intent of Style 4 is to create or enhance task mastery and autonomy. It aligns with followers that have significant experience performing the task at or above expectation, in combination with the level of intrinsic motivation that drives their ongoing commitment to excellence.
The last one we have is the servant leadership.
Servant leadership is a leadership philosophy in which the goal of the leader is to serve. This is different from traditional leadership where the leader's main focus is the thriving of their company or organizations. Important. Remember that servant leadership is about focusing on other people's needs, not their feelings. Don't avoid making unpopular decisions or giving team members negative feedback when this is needed. Also, do not rely on it exclusively. Use it alongside styles like transformational leadership, where you develop an inspiring vision of the future, motivate people to deliver this, manage its implementation, and build an ever stronger team. According to Larry C. Spears, former president of the Robert K. Greenleaf Center for Servant Leadership, these are the 10 most important characteristics of servant leaders: listening, empathy, healing, awareness, persuasion, conceptualization, foresight, stewardship, commitment to the growth of people, and building community.
That's all for today, mga kamongs. I hope you've learned and see you on my next video.